He expressed warnings to others of a force so menacing and unbeatable, it could only be described as supernatural. He called them ghosts.
What's up, people? Mike here, and this is Call of Duty Ghosts, Veteran Difficulty and Intel Guide. This is Mission 13, End of the Line. So right at the start, the mission-specific achievement is to kill 5 enemies before you break into the... I forget what the fuck it's called. The first guy you can immediately get from doing the knife attack from the cliff. You can easily kill that guy without him knowing about it. When you come up here, just choose an enemy. Doesn't matter which one, because your teammates kill the other ones. And when you come into this area, there's 2 different points where you can kill enemies. When these doors open, there's 2 guys walking. You can very quickly, immediately shoot them and kill them, and you can get the achievement right there. But if you don't shoot those guys, I believe your teammates will kill both of them, or you can kill one and then your teammate will kill the other one. But when you come up here, there's two final guys where you can get a kill on. The first guy, he's walking this hallway, and you can very quickly like shoot him in the head. And then the last guy, he's one of the easiest guys, because he's just sitting in this chair and you can just drive a knife right into his lung. So outside of that, that's the last guy that you have the chance if you didn't get the 5 kills by that point. But when you come into here, you kind of want to be cautious, because I actually ended up dying before I had actually gotten into the room. Like, some random enemy that was a better shot than me, he killed me in like 2 shots. Like, I had no chance. It was like 1 shot, I was on my way in the cover. The second shot hit me, I was dead. It kind of surprised me how quickly I died right there. I've been talking about like all the times I die. I'm thinking about doing a death montage of every single death that I suffer in this game. I just can't decide if I want to just do it as one giant montage, or if I should like separate it by mission, or do like the first 9 missions and then the last 9 missions, or I'm trying to figure out like the best way to do that. I suppose like once I start compiling all the footage to get an idea of like just how long the actual like the entire 19 missions worth of death will come out to, before I decide if I need to split it in half or split it by mission, or however it needs to go. If it's under, it's gotta be under 20 minutes. If it gets to 15 minutes, I'd be really surprised, because I've died a good amount of times, but I would have to think it would be at most like maybe 10 minutes. Just because I'll include like a couple seconds before the actual death, and then probably cut to the next sequence like right in the death screen before it reloads. So it would just be like a fun little challenge, like not challenge, but a good look at, you know, just how many times I've actually died during this game. There was one mission, I can't remember, I think it was the flashback mission, where I think I got shot by a rocket. Like it literally was like 1 second I was alive and then I was just all of a sudden dead and I had no idea what the fuck had happened. So when you come in this room, if you start to back up like I was, you'll be in much better cover when these enemies breach this room. Because if you stay by that computer console, you're right in front of that doorway, and you're a much easier target to get shot at than you would if you're behind the tables like I was. But when you have the thermal goggles on, this is probably the easiest way to find the enemies, to the point that when the game basically forces you to have to take the goggles off, once I have the chance to, I immediately put them back on just so I can see all the enemies a hell of a lot easier than I normally would. Plus, I just kind of I just like the way it looks. It's probably the most colors you'll ever see in the Call of Duty game, or the brightest looking colors in the game. Since everything else is all like washed out, you know, grays and yellows and shit. You want to be careful of the guys with the riot shields, because they have killed me very, very quickly. So you do at some point during here you do get a checkpoint. I don't know if it's because if it's like a certain point that you move up, it triggers a checkpoint, or if it's like killing the initial wave of enemies. I'm not really sure what exactly triggers the actual checkpoint that you get. Oh, actually no, I think it's when you get flashed. Once the effects wear off, I believe that's when it checkpoints you. But it's funny because like he was saying, it's like you know, lose the goggles or whatever, and I immediately threw it right back on. But you do want to be careful there, because where the checkpoint was, you immediately get swarmed by like 6 enemies, and they killed me at least like I think 2 or 3 times, just because I was not prepared for how many of them just came swarming at me all of a sudden. It actually surprised me at how quickly and how many enemies there were, like right at that corner. And I've never put enough bullets into one of my teammates that it's failed me, where it's like friendly fire will not be tolerated. So, and then so I found out here that you can actually shoot this enemy through the window of that door. You really shouldn't be able to, but the game decides, you know what, hey, you know, you can actually hit the enemy through that little sliver of window on that door. So, you know, I took advantage of it. And this is just me exploiting the use of these thermal goggles, because it really does make finding all these enemies a whole lot easier than, especially for the guys that are in cover, because you can just faintly see an outline of like where they're like crouched in cover, so you don't have to worry about turning a corner and all of a sudden there's a guy like right there just shooting you in the face, you know, so you can see the outline of like where he is. So coming up towards the end part, when you need to jump on the back of, I think it's like a flatbed truck or something, I actually ended up running out of ammo, but luckily the way it worked out, I was able to kind of use my teammates as like meat shields essentially, and I avoided taking enough damage to die, and they usually end up doing most of the shooting on the enemies, even though you really don't, not necessarily you don't need to worry about the enemies, but you don't need to be too concerned at getting killed by them, just because of how quickly the truck is turning and whatnot. So this is at the point where I'm like, oh shit, I don't have any ammo. Oh shit. So I'm like, I need to get on this fucking truck immediately. But, you know, like I said, you can just pretty much just use your teammates as cover, and just, like, I'm freaking out at this point because I'm like, oh shit, I don't want to die now. I don't want to die. But you're pretty much in the clear at this part. And I'll see you in mission 14. Peace.